I love any game that will allow you just to stick it in the pile and then come back and measure it within a mosquito's area.
Circumcision. Yeah.
Ref brought out the 5x7 note card and make the decision. So
can he put a card in between it?
Look at you. He can barely contain himself.
The game is a game of inches. It's a game of inches, and you know, it is what it is. We got that first one, kept that drive alive.
I've never seen the referee pull out a card. That was interesting. But I feel like I got it. I feel like it wasn't that close. We got it anyway, so it doesn't matter.
It seems like that's the method they use to decide. One of my concerns was it looked like the stick was kind of on an angle, and I thought that was working against us, but eventually they straightened it out and they broke the card out, and we made it by the thickness of the card.
I hit him and I fell and I rolled over and I just saw the ball rolling, you know, out of the side of the end zone. So right at that moment I knew that it was a fumble. I just didn't know if he had his knee down.
The emotions never get old. I mean, just the play Jeff Heath made, I don't know if I've ever seen him run that fast, and it was just incredible, just him going in that effort.
I've never experienced that play, to have a walk-off touchback to end the ball game. That hasn't happened before.
Well, you know, the margin for error is small, but we have the type of team who can continue to win. We have to continue to prepare the right way. You know, there's mistakes we made tonight. If we can clean that up and keep building, I think we're a team that can get on a run.
Still alive, still in it, and that's really all that matters at this point right now.
How do you even explain everything that happened?
Still alive, still in it. I think Witten said it best.
Still in the hunt. Cowboys win 20-17 on the road. They're now 8-6 on the season. It's Zeke week. I mean, who would have thought that this week turned into what it has?
Christmas.
But it has. Christmas is coming. We're so excited. We have so much planned for you guys, but we have so much to get to, so I got to hand it off to Dave for kickoff.
Yeah, I got 3 hours of sleep last night coming back from Oakland. I'm groggy. I'm still processing. But this was the difference between a win and a loss. Like, are you kidding? Can we? I mean, I know we just did a whole package. I don't care. Like Gene Steratore, MVP. Like, this is the most amazing thing I've ever seen. I don't need sleep to be energized for this. This was nuts. I love it.
Are you kidding me, Dave?
You kidding me?
Are you kidding me? You guys, are you kidding me? The Panthers are up for sale. I know Diddy has already put in an offer, said he's interested, but I think that we should all kind of invest in it. I think it would be a great opportunity for us to expand our brand. Manny, you'd be a great GM, and Dave, you'd be a great mascot.
Hey!
Dave the mascot. Well, you want to talk about some things. I'm one to criticize. I keep it real often. Jeff Heath, I've been one to knock his game, but I got to give a slow clap for my man because he really saved the day with the play.
We are going to hit all the Jeff Heath moments later this week. Don't you guys worry. But for now, let's do fill in the blank. I've got some brand new ones for you guys that are very pertinent right now. So the win in Oakland was impressive because blank.
Because it happened. Point blank period, literally because it happened. Dave and I talked about this a lot last week. To go on the road and win this game, everybody knew it was going to be hard, but ultimately to win a game that literally came down to inches 3 or 4 times, a fake punt, it was impressive, if nothing else, than because it happened.
I think this win showed everyone that this is a team that really does follow the mantra week by week, because now they're on a 3-week win streak after coming off a 3-week losing streak. So this is a team that, hey, erases their mind and just gets through it, because a lot of people were already looking ahead to when Zeke was returning and they were just taking care of business. So I think that they did exactly what they preach.
All right, guys, the end zone touchback fumble all rule is blank.
Awesome.
You think it's awesome?
The best.
Because it worked today.
And I'll hate it in 2 weeks when it works against the Cowboys. It's a weird rule, honestly. If we're doing this in a vacuum, there's got to be a better way to do it. Like maybe the team that fumbles through the end zone backs up to their own to the 20-yard line or something. There needs to be a penalty. I don't know if it's worth that.
Poor guy.
I don't know if it's worth that, but because it happened in favor of the Cowboys the way it did, it's great.
For sure.
Awesome.
It was great last night. I think right now that Cowboys fans have benefited from it, it should change. The rule is absolutely trash. To fumble the ball in the other team's end zone and then the ball goes to the other team at the 20 makes no sense. Like you said, Dave, you can mark it at the 20. I think you should mark it at the 1, mark it at the 5, replay from there.
The Tyron Smith injury means blank for the Cowboys' playoff hopes.
Yeah, we saw him on the plane last night, and he's an optimistic guy. You know, he's had this injury throughout the season, and now it looks like a sprained knee. He's had the back injuries. The guy's just a trooper. So, you know, on the plane last night, people were talking to him. He goes, I'm fine. So we'll have to watch it throughout the week. But what it means for the playoff hopes, I think, is that you better hope that he stays fine.
You better hope.
Wrap him up with duct tape, something. He's an Iron Man.
He is.
I mean, you said the back, the knee, the groin. He finds a way to get out there anyway. He needs to be out there. It'll help having Zeke back, even if he can't go. But that's right in line with this season, that you get your All-Pro running back in the fold, and now you might be without your All-Pro tackle. It's been that type of year for the Cowboys.
It's been a year.
Manny, blank is the best team in the NFC right now.
That's a tough question. Again, I'll probably have to say the Rams, the Los Angeles Rams, only because the way Todd Gurley has been running. Forget the Seahawks game. That was a blowout. Flashback to the Eagles game. Todd Gurley still dominated. They ended up losing, but not because of the Rams offense. I think the Rams are the best team right now.
I'd throw in with those guys right there.
Saints.
The New Orleans Saints. They run the ball. They play defense. They got a Hall of Fame quarterback. Heck of a home field advantage if they can win the NFC South. That's a tough squad to beat, I think.
All right, a lot, we already just said it, is going on, is happening. Taco Town is pretty packed.
Guys, Zeke week is here. If you guys have been chilling for the past 42 days, it's time to get up and get excited, because Zeke is looking fab. He's looking ready to return 200 yards. You're talking about Todd Gurley, Manny. I think this man right here wants to go for 200 on Christmas Eve, and I think the team wants to see it. We've talked about how they're still in it, and now we just need the Zeke back.
True.
Yes, and a lot of people have been talking about this new documentary he's going to be having, and Eric Dickerson is probably going to be part of it, because he talks about making a bet with Zeke about getting 200 yards against the Seahawks in his return. Of course, Eric Dickerson's all about that, his NFC West rival. So I think this is all very exciting. And guys, the Puntisher made his return last night on Sunday Night Football. Fake punt.
We have
Chris
one of the
Jones.
most athletic punters in the league.
You continue to amaze us. Tomorrow night comes out the Pro Bowl rosters, and I just hope that Chris Jones' name is on there.
That should be
What did Marquette King do last night?
Yeah,
Big bag of
Marquette King
nothing?
didn't make the Pro Bowl last year. He just thinks he did. So,
Get out of here, Marquette King.
let's just hope that happens. Dave, you talked about it in your kickoff. What a night for index cards.
This is so unnecessary.
Have index card sales skyrocketed? Do we know anything?
I am assuming
watch his face after.
Dude,
his face is everything.
The way Steratore smirks right here, he's just like, I can't believe I'm doing
It's like
this.
my life right now.
I'm going to go pick up a package of index cards like tonight.
And the tweets will be fire, Dave. But if I was at Staples or Office Max, I would be posting about index cards all day long going into it. Guys, Marshawn Lynch, beast mode. He is nothing to, he's always entertaining. He's nothing that's not exciting.
Someone
but
is
to have a
sneaking him
secret.
Skittles?
Yeah.
Yo, that was amazing.
Yeah.
Like, who's his Skittle plug?
Really, I'm
An
the
equipment
plug. Really, I'm
manager?
the plug.
Yeah, and I think it's even better. It's like a black hoodie, so it's kind of like,
hey, you need any? Need a boost?
I know. Okay, guys, well, we talked about Diddy. He's very interested in purchasing the Panthers. Hear what he had to say about it.
Talk to us, Diddy.
Okay, y'all, this is just in breaking news. The North Carolina Panthers, okay? North Carolina Panthers are up for sale. I believe it's time to turn the franchise over to new ownership. Well, I need to send a message out to everybody in the beautiful state of North Carolina. I will be the best NFL owner that you can imagine.
Call them by their right name, at least.
Get out of here.
I think his first order of business, he's going to change the name.
What's South Carolina going to do?
He ain't worried about it.
North Carolina, hey, someone who went to the University of North Carolina, Ryan Switzer, he did a great thing over the weekend, sending a jersey to one of his biggest fans, Viva Lopez. You guys can check it out right here.
What is it, Mama? Oh my God! Open it! Oh my God, that's awesome! Thanks so much.
These these videos will never get more heartwarming or emotional. Just so sweet. So nice. Ryan Switzer, that it was a very sweet gesture.
Way to go, Ryan. We're going to take a quick break here from the studio, but still to come, we are giving out report cards because it is Zeke week. How did the Cowboys do without him, and how will they do on Christmas Eve when he is back? That's next.
Welcome into the AT&T Media Center. I'm Taylor Stern. With Bryce Butler being out of the game against the Oakland Raiders, he took to Twitter to share his thoughts throughout the game. And he had a lot of interesting things to say with funny captions and even some salty attitude. So stay tuned to everything inside the AT&T Media Center.
Zeke is obviously an extremely important piece to our team. Having him back will be big. So,
yeah, it'll be exciting to get him back. You know, I've kept up with him, and you know, I know he's worked hard to get himself back, and you know, provide juice for our football team when he comes back. So
you get a extreme boost, you know, because that's our guy, man. You know, that's our horse. You know, and just seeing him, we're able to get that joy back in that, you know, well, we always have joy, but he give us an extra boost of joy just because his personality and who he is. You know, he get guys going with his attitude and, you know, the passion, the love for the game, and just seeing him back will make us play that much more harder. So
yeah, I guarantee he's probably in better shape now than he was before he left. Just that, being away from the game, that hunger, just like you said, just knowing him, knowing the type of person he is and the competitor. Watching football, I'm sure, lit something up inside of him, and he's ready to get back.
Zeke is back. He is in the building right now as we got in a little bit around noon today. So obviously we got to talk about how the Cowboys did without him. 3-3. But first things first, guys, get back in the school mindset. What do you guys give Dak Prescott in 6 games without Ezekiel Elliott? What's his grade?
B-.
I like it.
There you go.
That's solid.
3 wins, 3 losses, a couple of real stinkers, a couple of solid games. Bottom line, he got the job done. But again, I mean, 3-3 record. You call that overall not fantastic, not terrible either.
Let me chime in real quick, Dave. I'm gonna give him a C+. Here's why. Ultimately, he had about 1 or 2 failing performances.
Yeah.
Because of that, you know, if you're in class, you don't recover from F's. You don't recover from D's and get D's.
A couple.
You don't, not a couple. You're gonna end up in that C range. I give him a C.
Okay, I like it. What do you guys think about the running backs in 6 games? I would go higher. I'm like A-.
I would go maybe B+, Lindsay, but I am up there because these guys, you know, it was kind of an interesting up and down situation. Darren McFadden retires in the middle of it.
That did happen.
I didn't even think about that.
About that. And then, you know, Alfred Morris last night to the start of the game has 51 yards, then ends the game with like 54.
Yeah.
So it's kind of an up and down.
Look how much of a drop-off everyone is from Zeke.
I know, Lindsay.
Sure.
That's why I'm optimistic about it because Rod Smith, you showed us that we were all right and we're all really smart.
All right.
It was inconsistent, but overall solid. I mean, for what they were, Alfred had the one really good game against the Redskins. Ramford
Rod had a good game.
Rod had an amazing game, but overall, enough inconsistency there that I'm not trying to give out A's. B+.
What about to Scott Linehan? Offensive coordinator.
I'm going back to the C. I'm not forgetting that Falcons game. I'm not just going to sit here because the Cowboys have now won 3 straight and act like there weren't some awful performances. I'm going to give them a C. Again, they got it together. They righted the ship. But the adjustment to Zeke's absence initially was all bad.
There wasn't one. And that, I mean, right off the bat, Atlanta, Philly, Los Angeles Chargers, this looked like a team that didn't know how to function without Zeke. They got it together. Part of that might have been because they played some weaker competition, maybe a little bit. They figured it out. Like I said, at the end of the day, they get the job done. So I'm not trying to fail anybody, but it was tough. It was tough there for the first 3 games without Zeke.
So overall, Cowboys go 3-3 without Ezekiel Elliott. What grade do you give that? I didn't think they would go 3-3.
But when we talked about it, I thought, like Dave always points out, some teams, you know, they go winning one, losing one, winning one, losing one. And you're talking about the competition, Dave. I would have thought the Chargers for sure was a win, just looking at that ahead of the time. So it's kind of an odd situation. The Giants
kind of a wash.
Yeah, it was a wash.
Because you would have thought the 3 would have been a different 3.
I'll give it a C for seeing what they're going to do the rest of the season.
I thought they'd go 4-2. I thought that they would respond better without Zeke. I thought they were more equipped to handle it. I thought that's why Darren McFadden and Alfred Morris had hung around all this time. And it's not just that they lost 3 of those games, the way they did it. I mean, 92-22 was the composite score. It was bad. Obviously, they rebounded. All the credit in the world to them for that. But, yeah, like a C. A C sounds about right.
Moving to sound off, I'm really excited to hear what you guys think about this one today because we all know what happened when the Rams went to Seattle yesterday, put up 42 points, held the Seahawks to 7. So what does that mean for the Seahawks traveling here?
I think everybody, real quick, just not so fast. This isn't the same Seahawks team. You don't have Sherm. You don't have Cam Chancellor. You didn't have KJ Wright. And you had a maligned and injured Bobby Wagner. So it's not the same Seahawks team. But what does that mean? The Seahawks are upset. Here's what it comes down to. Will they play with an anger that allows them to kind of jump ahead of the Cowboys, or will things start to fall apart?
Well, you know everything's on the line. Loser is out.
Absolutely. We had our Christmas party 2 weeks ago, and a lot of people were curious about how the players would show up. Well, Russell Wilson, you showed up to your Christmas party in a full Santa suit. So I hope that that means that you're going to be delivering your team a good performance this week, because you did not last week. So, and I'm saying good performance because I want to see a good game this Sunday. If I'm going to be working at AT&T Stadium on Christmas Eve,
if I'm working,
I do not want that Seahawks team.
Somebody better be in a Santa suit.
No, because then I'll be like, why am I not eating food yet? Why?
This team hasn't missed the playoffs since 2011. They've been in 2 Super Bowls. He hasn't played well the last 2 weeks, but their quarterback has been playing at an MVP level. I don't think this means anything. I think this is a proud team that's used to winning, that knows how to win. Now, I'm not calling for them to win. I think the Cowboys can absolutely win this game.
You just don't think it's going to play into this week?
I don't think they just lie down because they had a bad day.
Again, they won't lie down, but I think what people underestimate in the NFL, because I was on a team where we underestimated talent, the Seahawks team right now doesn't have the same talent.
Of course
when you lose 2-3 All-Pros like the Cowboys fans surely know, and like we all know, even if you fight as hard as you can and you punch your little arms out, it's hard to punch when you got Sherm on the bench, when you got Cam Chancellor on the bench, when you got KJ Wright on the bench.
I think that quarterback gives you a chance.
Every time.
No matter what. That's what I'm looking at.
All right, guys, we are wrapping up today's episode, so let's send it to Manny for OT.
Going back to the Seahawks talk, the tweet got deleted, so you probably never saw it, but Bobby Wagner, Seahawks linebacker, All-Pro, after Earl Thomas said he shouldn't have played in the game because of his hamstring, Bobby tweeted, probably from a few lockers down, keep my name out your mouth. Don't be jealous of my success. So maybe it's not all smiles and sunshine in Seattle.
We went over the crazy touchback play that ended Sunday Night Football, but I'm sure you guys were all watching the Patriots-Steelers game like, what? Big Ben? You got too cute? What?
Listen, Diddy, you don't know the name.
Always awkward.
You don't know the name of the Carolina Panthers organization, and you haven't put out a fire song in forever. Like, you're not buying the Panthers. If a rapper's going to buy the Panthers, it should be Petey Pablo. North Carolina, come on and raise up. Take your shirt off, twist it around your head, spin it like
Dave, if I had an awkward
North Carolina, come on and raise up. Take your shirt off, twist it around your head, spin it like a helicopter. That's
Petey Pablo. He had one song.
Nobody wanted to help me with that.
Why did